So here we are again with a weekly update. Having spent some time separating the girls and the boys, this week we've had to bring everybody back into the forest at Les Beauchênes. The confinement with the coronavirus here in France has become more strict, and there was not, at the time I moved them, there was not absolute clarity on the position of going to visit your equines. Subsequently, the day after we walked them all back from the neighbours, the League of Protection for Equines has announced that it is not acceptable. It is classed as maltreating if you are not able to go and feed and water and care for your equines. So it does appear, but it does remain a grey area. The agricultural minister has been silent, and there has been at least one case reported in the national newspaper of an adolescent who was going to take water to her horses, and the police stopped and gave her a fine. Although she was within the geographical distance and she had her attestation signed. They said it was not vital, the journey, and that actually horses are not domestic pets and they are in the food supply chain, and therefore they could be left. But as I say, the League of Protection for Equines in France has subsequently countered that. But it is confusing, and so for me, I was worried that now we are 3 weeks, just under a month before Bamako here is due to have a baby, her baby donkey. She has been showing signs now for 3 weeks, so it gets a bit confusing. But she's at a point now where I am up and down in the night watching her every hour. I really couldn't do that if she was still at the neighbours. We had planned that I would go and sleep in his barn, but that's just too risky now. So for the welfare of Bamako, she has come back, and in order that she's not lonely, she's got all her friends back. Hello, Porthos. The boys really love the forest. The Provence donkeys really do love it. They love to go to stay at friends' pastures and have the grass, and they run and play. But after about a week, they're waiting at the gate to come back home because they just love the acres of forest to play. By contrast, these two new Poitou ladies, I think where they came from, they were just given hay each day, and so we're trying to teach them to come out and eat for themselves because they're just not used to doing it. So they would rather wait next to our house where it's just dry mud or wet mud, where they've, over the years of having donkeys there, there's really very little vegetation, and instead of coming here to enjoy the glories of the Beauchênes, they just stand and wait. So we're just bringing them out now twice a day, just walking through the forest and calling to them. And the boys are jolly happy to come and play. They like to play hide and seek with us. There's Athos's bottom up there somewhere. Bamako's used to it now. But these two ladies, they love it once they come here. But when we go back, they follow us back, and then they just stand and wait to be given hay again. Oh, hello. Am I not talking to you, Aram? Yes, he is the real star, this one. He just loves attention. Good boy. And Annie Sue here is the tallest, so she's a bit like a giraffe. She sticks her head up in the air and finds nice, tall, tasty branches. But it's very bizarre. So we have, nearly 5 hectares of woodland, lots and lots to eat. And they just stand and wait to be given hay and bread and carrots. But they do like the attention as well, so they like to stay close to the house. But certainly left to their own devices, the Provence donkeys come in here and play and eat. So back to Bamako, who I have now, as I say, been watching every hour. The full moon is on the 7th of April, and that will be the 12th moon. And a lot of the breeders of the Bordeaux de Poitou say they tend to give birth around a full moon. Now, the vet says it's 1 year, which would be around the 1st of May. So the full moon on the 7th of April is the 12th. And then there's one, I can't remember, the 8th or so of March, which will be the 13th moon. So, but the signs she's showing, I think we're getting close now. So I'll see if I can show you. The foal is kicking a lot. And she keeps moving from one foot to the other where it's really kicking. Her tummy suddenly dropped even more. We thought it had dropped. and her hindquarters there are really spongy when you touch. And she does have a sack of milk, so she's displaying all the signs that if you read, they tell you. But on it goes. This happened 18 months ago, when in fact, sadly, she went to the very end, but then gave birth to twin females who were dead. Right at the end, though, she went, well, we're not sure because she was pregnant when she came, so either 13 or 14 moons, we think, but the breeder wasn't very clear, so maybe not. Anyway, after this time, and having had a scan with the vet, we know exactly the time we're at, and after she's had this foal, we should then be clearer for any future with Bamako of the time, whether it's going to be 11 months, 12 months or 13 months. Anisu over there is actually the sister of the champion stallion Cupidon du Verne, and Anisu is not currently pregnant, but we're expecting to take her to the Ardèche, or for them to come and collect her actually with the confinement, because they're professionals, they have a right to do so, hopefully in the next month. And Dobble over there with Francis, she is due to have her foal in September. So that's our update. Be in touch soon. Ciao Bamako!